Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on a charm offensive. He took Japan by storm, both Kyoto and Tokyo. He visited Buddhist temples, schools, colleges, interacted with youngsters, broke security cordons, shook hands with them, posed for selfies, played the drums. Clearly, here was a man on a mission.
The trip to Japan was high priority for Prime Minister Modi, his first bilateral visit outside the subcontinent. To add to that, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was a personal friend. Modi added Kyoto to his itinerary and 2 days to his trip. Prime Minister Abe flew from Tokyo to Kyoto to welcome his personal friend. Both the Prime Ministers took to Twitter to say how they were looking forward to the trip.
Both in India and in Japan, there was a buzz around the Prime Minister's visit. In fact, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe flew to Kyoto to receive Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a departure from tradition. And when the two old friends met, there wasn't a formal handshake, there was a warm hug. And then that traditional Japanese dinner at the impressive Imperial Guest House in Kyoto. The two Prime Ministers fed fish together, and that was a symbol of perseverance, of good luck, and of an enduring friendship.
Prime Minister Modi's trip was high on symbolism from day one. He presented his host a copy of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and a specially printed edition of a book on Swami Vivekananda's stay in Japan. On day two, with close friend Abe, he visited the Toji temple and spent over half an hour at the 8th century temple complex.
The Prime Minister began his visit by visiting the ancient Toji temple. There was symbolism in visiting an ancient Buddhist site. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe accompanied him. Here, the two Prime Ministers interacted with Buddhist pilgrims, both Indian and Japanese. After that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi drove across Kyoto once again to the ancient Kenkakuji temple. The symbolism was immense. The Prime Minister interacted with pilgrims. He spent some time alone at the temple. His effort was to link India and Japan once again. A centuries-old link was revived, an effort to strengthen it further.
The ancient Kenkakuji temple is also known as the Golden Pavilion. Nestled in the foothills on the outskirts of Kyoto, this ancient Buddhist temple draws thousands of tourists every day. There are several ancient Buddhist relics stored here. Prime Minister Modi visited the temple, and despite security, hundreds of pilgrims and tourists tried to reach out to him. Modi shook hands with them, but then took some time out to ponder on his dream to turn Kashi into Kyoto.
मेरा जो सपना था, मैं एक वाराणसी का जनप्रतिनिधि हूं, तो वहां भी कुछ मैं करूं। तो एक क्योटो के साथ जो हमारे एमओयू हुआ है, और विशेष करके उस परंपराओं को बनाए रखते हुए हेरिटेज को पूरी तरह संभालते हुए, और क्योटो एक ऐसी सिटी है कि जिसके 17 स्ट्रक्चर ऐसे हैं जो वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज में है। एक नगर के 17 स्ट्रक्चर वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज में हो, दुनिया में कहीं नहीं हो सकता जी। ऐसी वो नगरी है, तो उससे हम बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं।
Prime Minister Modi's visit to Kyoto was high on symbolism. His visit to two Buddhist temples and elaborate meetings with the mayor and governor of Kyoto to work on the roadmap to develop Kashi was an impassioned attempt to link up the people of India and Japan culturally once again. Modi was briefed by the mayor of Kyoto and his team on how Kyoto was turned into a smart city.
Kyoto is, one of the ancient cities. Has been an ancient capital of Japan for many years. And I think it also symbolizes India-Japan connections to Buddhism. And besides that, it is a city where we can learn a lot from because it's maintained its cultural heritage and yet is very modern.
Prime Minister Modi's team is studying the Kyoto roadmap to see what lessons can be learnt and implemented in Kashi.
At every available opportunity, Prime Minister Narendra Modi reached out to the common man on the street in Japan. People-to-people contact was the best way to take India-Japan relationship forward, was his motto, was his mantra during this 5-day-long visit to Japan. The Prime Minister spoke of lessons that Kashi could learn from Kyoto, and even here he insisted that students of Kashi and Kyoto must interact. He spoke of exchange programs between students, professors, and even religious bodies.
I think that he has a spontaneity and he's natural and he connects well because he's confident in his own skin. Prime Ministers of India are usually, Prime Ministers of any country are usually confident in their own skins. But this is a Prime Minister who recognizes that he's connecting to a new generation, he's connecting to a young generation, and he's connected to a global audience. So therefore his messaging via his imagery, his body language, all of that signifies a confident, brave new world.
I think Narendra Modi is truly an original. He doesn't ape anyone. He has his own fashion trend, whether it's the Modi kurta or the V-neck jackets or the strategically placed kamal, the color combinations, nice and pastel for the summer. I think that his personality is something which leverages not just a crisp look but good work action.
After Kyoto, the Prime Minister's next port of call was Tokyo. This was the more challenging leg of his journey, and the Prime Minister had his task cut out for him. Get Japan to invest in India. As Japan laid out the red carpet for Modi in Tokyo, he promised to lay out the red carpet for Japanese investors in India.
गुड गवर्नेंस ये मेरी प्रायोरिटी है, और जब मैं गुड गवर्नेंस कहता हूं तब आखिरकार ईज ऑफ बिजनेस के लिए पहली शुरुआत क्या होती है? यही तो होती है। कोई भी कंपनी आए तो उसको सिंगल विंडो क्लियरेंस की अपेक्षा रहती है। सिंगल विंडो क्लियरेंस अल्टीमेट से मैटर ऑफ गुड गवर्नेंस, और इसलिए हमने गुड गवर्नेंस को बल दिया है। उसी प्रकार से प्रोसेस क्विक कैसे हो, ऑनलाइन प्रोसेस को बल कैसे मिले, गवर्नेंस में टेक्नोलॉजी का इम्पोर्टेंस कैसे बढ़े, उस पर हमने बल दिया है। जैसे आप चाहते थे एक बैंक का ओपनिंग हमारे यहाँ अहमदाबाद में हो जाए, मैंने आते ही पहला काम वो कर दिया, आपके वो बैंक के लिए मैंने परमिशन दे दी। रियल अर्थ के लिए कई दिनों से चर्चा चल रही थी, वो काम पूरा हो गया। ऐसे कई डिसीजन एक के बाद एक, जापानीज बैंक्स का भारत में और ब्रांचेस खोलने की अनुमति ऑलरेडी हमने दे दी। यानी एक के बाद एक निर्णय इतनी तेजी से हो रहे हैं कि जिसके कारण अल्टीमेटली मेरी ये इम्प्रेशन है, क्योंकि बीइंग ए गुजराती मेरे ब्लड में कॉमर्स है, मेरे ब्लड में मनी होता है, और इसलिए मुझे इन चीज़ों को समझना बहुत स्वाभाविक होता है। मैं नहीं मानता हूं कि बिजनेसमैन को कोई ज़्यादा कंसेशन चाहिए। मैं ये समझता हूं कि बिजनेसमैन को ग्रो करने के लिए प्रॉपर एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए, और एनवायरनमेंट प्रोवाइड करना ये सिस्टम की जिम्मेवारी है, शासन की जिम्मेवारी है, पॉलिसी मेकर्स की जिम्मेवारी है। और एक बार सही पॉलिसी मेकिंग का फ्रेमवर्क बन जाता है तो चीज़ें अपने आप चलती हैं।
In a packed-to-capacity hall at Tokyo's Okura Hotel, the Prime Minister declared a special desk would be created in the Prime Minister's office to facilitate Japanese investment in India.
इतने बड़े सामर्थ्यवान लोगों के बीच में मैं आज एक ऐसी बात कर रहा हूं जो मानव कल्याण के लिए है, विश्व शांति के लिए है, विश्व के गरीबों की प्रगति के लिए है और उस एक महान दायित्व को पूर्ण करने के लिए भारत अपनी भूमिका निभाना चाहता है। नई सरकार आवश्यक सभी रिफॉर्म करते हुए आगे बढ़ना चाहता है। मैं जापान के उद्योगकार मित्रों से एक और भी बात बताना चाहता हूं। हमने तय किया है कि डायरेक्टली पीएमओ के अंडर में एक जापान प्लस इस भूमिका से एक स्पेशल मैनेजमेंट टीम में क्रिएट करने जा रहा हूं जो एब्सोल्युटली जापान को फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए डेडिकेटेड होगी और उसके कारण उनकी सुविधा बढ़ेगी।
More than 4,000 captains of industry wrote they wanted to attend the Prime Minister's speech. The hall could accommodate only 2,000. Half of those who wanted to attend had to be turned down.
The Prime Minister's 3D formula to invest in India was well received. He spoke of India's democracy, demography and high demand being a win-win situation both for India and for Japan. He also said that this is a time in India where there is no red tape but red carpet for Japanese investors. After this function, I spoke to Chanda Kocher and she said Japan sounded rather enthusiastic about investing in India, especially at this stage.
I think this is the first step of creating the confidence, giving them the confidence to say, come, make in India, I'll give you the ease of business environment. I think that has really made them think, and of course action takes a little bit of time to get translated, but I think it's a momentum that has already picked up.
Okay.
We will not have to wait very long.
And in which areas do you see this happen immediately or in the near future?
Well, the areas can be many, starting from the most complex infrastructure fields like smart cities and high-speed trains and, rail and port connectivity, going down to simpler manufacturing bases like electronics industry and also clean energy. So there's a, wide slate of opportunities.
The Prime Minister not only succeeded in taking his relationship with Japan forward, he succeeded in getting Japan to invest 2,10,000 crore rupees into India. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe promised to invest in Prime Minister Modi's dream projects like the rejuvenating of the Ganga to smart cities, from bullet trains to closer military and strategic ties to counter China's muscle flexing in the region.
政治安全保障については包括的な安全保障防衛協力を推進していくことで一致をいたしました。また防衛装備協力に関する協議の開始や海上安全保障及び救難飛行艇 US2 に関する協力の一層の推進にも合意をいたしました。対話と協力の深化拡大を通じ日印の政治安全保障協力が一層進化することを期待しています。At
the same meeting, Prime Minister Modi spelled out his vision for Indo-Japan ties.
यह इस बात का प्रमाण है कि भारत जापान को सबसे घनिष्ठ और विश्वसनीय मित्रों में समझता है और हमारी विदेश नीति में जापान की ऊंची प्राथमिकता है, क्योंकि भारत के विकास में जापान की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका है और हम दो शांतिप्रिय लोकतांत्रिक देशों की साझेदारी आने वाले समय में इस क्षेत्र और विश्व के लिए प्रभावशाली भूमिका निभा सकती है। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि हमने स्ट्रैटेजिक एंड ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप को अब स्पेशल स्ट्रैटेजिक एंड ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप का दर्जा देने का निर्णय किया है। प्रधानमंत्री आबे ने 3.5 ट्रिलियन येन, यानी कि अगर मैं भारत के रुपयों के संदर्भ में कहूं तो 2,10,000 करोड़ यानी कि $35 बिलियन की पब्लिक और प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टमेंट और फाइनेंसिंग अगले 5 सालों में भारत में करने का लक्ष्य रखा है। मैं उनके इस महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय का हृदय से स्वागत करता हूं। एक विकसित और तेज गति से बढ़ता भारत न केवल एक विशाल आर्थिक अवसर रहेगा, जिससे जापान को भी बहुत लाभ मिलेगा, बल्कि वह दुनिया में लोकतांत्रिक शक्ति को मजबूत करेगा और स्थिरता बढ़ाने में एक बहुत बड़ा कारण बनेगा। मैं समझता हूं कि इसमें दोनों देशों का लाभ है।
After a series of official talks, the Prime Minister once again reached out to the people of Japan to come and live in India. He began by addressing students of the Sacred Heart University, and here he spoke of women's empowerment in India.
एकमात्र भारत ऐसा देश है जहां स्त्री भगवान की कल्पना की है, गॉडेस का कंसेप्ट है वहां। तो हमारे यहाँ पूरा एजुकेशन माता सरस्वती, गॉडेस सरस्वती से जुड़ा हुआ है। अगर पैसों की बात करें, धन की बात करें, तो गॉडेस लक्ष्मी की कल्पना है। अगर आप सोचें कि सिक्योरिटी का मामला है, होम अफेयर्स की एक्टिविटी है, तो महाकाली की कल्पना है।
Prime Minister Modi tried to reach out even to the next generation, went to elementary school, interacted with children there, went to a college, interacted with youngsters there. At the elementary school, he played a flute and he told the little children about the history of the flute, about Indian culture and how Lord Krishna would play the flute so well that what to say of human beings, even animals were drawn towards him. This was his way of not only linking up Indian culture with the Japanese, but also encouraging the next generation of Japanese to look at India. He did the same when he went to the Sacred Heart University addressing women scholars. He told them about Indian culture and the importance of women in the Indian culture.
A bond was certainly established. The Prime Minister, at a function organized by the Tata Consultancy Service, even played the drums, much to the surprise and pleasure of his hosts. This was a softer side of the Prime Minister neither India nor Japan had seen before.
I think that it was a great visit from the point of view of imagery and what he was doing, and in terms of his ability to connect with Japan and the people. But we have to keep in mind that in the last 15 years of, shall I say, awkward prime ministers, we haven't had a prime minister of this kind. So the contrast was huge.
India, Japan and the world saw a softer side of Narendra Modi for the first time. One who could play a flute, one who could play drums like a professional drummer and hum with the audience. Prime Minister himself insisted this visit wasn't just about seeking investment. This was about linking the second and the third most powerful economies of Asia, the two most vibrant democracies of Asia. This, he insisted, was important if 21st century had to be Asia's century. Many experts say this visit also saw Narendra Modi's emergence as a global leader. That is all that we have for you in this Headlines Today special from Tokyo. Many thanks for watching. News and updates continue on Headlines Today. Stay with us.